Hi guys, and welcome to Level Up English with me, Ashley Hale. Today we are going to have a wonderful lesson on confusing verbs. Now these are verbs that are often confused, especially when they are being used in sentences. So you probably know what they mean, but you might have difficulty in using these verbs in a sentence or using them when you are writing in English. And I'll let you in on a little secret. These verbs are not just confused by non-native speakers, but they are confused by native speakers too. Like the words borrow and lend. As an English teacher, I get so angry when I hear native speakers say, "Please borrow me your pen," or "Please borrow me your phone." This is wrong. The word we should be using here is lend. Lend. Please lend me your pen, or please lend me your phone. So guys, this is going to be an awesome lesson on how you can avoid making these mistakes. Before we begin, please remember to subscribe to my channel and turn on your notifications so that you don't miss out on any new English lessons. You can also follow me on Facebook and Instagram for more exclusive English learning content. And all links can be found in the description of this video. Okay, now that we got all of that out of the way, let's get started. As mentioned earlier, the first confusing set of verbs we will look at today is borrow and lend. Let's look at the word borrow first. To borrow means to take or accept something for a short period of time with the intention of returning it to its owner. Example, I need to borrow a pen. This means that I will use your pen for a short while and then I will return your pen when I am done. Next, let's look at lend. To lend means to give something for a short period of time with the intention of getting it back. Example, I will lend you my pen. So if you let me use your pen for a short period of time, you will lend me your pen. But if you need to use my pen for a short period of time, you will borrow my pen. When we lend, we give, and when we borrow, we take. Okay, so that's how we use the words borrow and lend. Now we will look at the difference between make and do. The word make refers to the creation of a physical object or an action, sound, and so on. In a sentence, we can say, I will make some coffee. This means I will create some coffee. I will make it from nothing. I will make dinner, meaning I will create dinner. Now, do is talking about performing an action. I will do some housework, or I need to do my homework. Next, we have breath and breathe. Now, these words are commonly misspelled in English writing, so let me clarify the differences between breath and breathe. The word breath is a noun, and a breath is air taken into the lungs and then released from the lungs. Example, let's take a breath of fresh air. Whereas breathe is to inhale and exhale. Breathe is a verb. In a sentence, we can say, I need to breathe in order to stay alive. Our next set of commonly confused verbs are the words say and tell. Now, it's a little more straightforward than the others. Say is a verb that is usually used without an object. Example, I didn't know what to say, whereas tell is used to inform or instruct. Example, tell your sister that dinner is ready. Here I am instructing someone to tell their sister that dinner is ready. My next set of verbs were mentioned in the video I did before, but I will mention it again as it is definitely a very commonly confused set of verbs. We have compliment and complement. Let's start with complement with an E. C-O-M-P-L-E-M-E-N-T. Here, complement refers to something that completes something else or brings something else to perfection. Example, those shoes complement your dress perfectly. Or we can say, I need to find a matching set of earrings to complement my new necklace. Next, we have compliment with an I, C-O-M-P-L-I-M-E-N-T. This is when something is said in admiration or flattery to make someone feel good. Example, she gave me a sweet compliment when she said she liked my new hairstyle. So compliment with an E is to make something perfect, like a pretty watch to make your hand look perfect. And compliment with an I is to tell someone something nice, like you have a beautiful home. I personally find our next one confusing all the time, and this is the difference between dessert and dessert. And honestly, it's just the spelling that throws me off. Let's start with dessert with one S. This means to abandon or to leave something in a way that is considered disloyal. Example, some animals desert their young shortly after they are born. Or we should never desert our family in times of need, meaning that we should never leave or abandon our family in times of need. Next, we have dessert, and this is a word most of you already know, and it refers to the sweet course served at the end of a meal, like ice cream or pudding or cake. In a sentence, we can say, I had ice cream and chocolate sauce for dessert. So remember, dessert with one S means to abandon or to leave, and dessert with two S's is talking about sweet treats at the end of a meal. Our next one is quite interesting, and this is refuse and deny. Now, I know for a fact that even most native speakers don't really know the difference between these two, but let me clarify it for you. Refuse means to decline or to be unwilling to accept. Example, I refuse to go to the party this weekend. This sentence simply means that I am unwilling to go to the party this weekend. Next, we have deny. To deny means to declare that something is untrue. Or the second meaning of deny is to refuse to give something requested or desired to someone else. Example, I am going to deny the rumors because they are simply not true. Or he was denied supper because of his bad behavior. Next are the words sit and seat. These are also pretty straightforward. Sit is a verb. Example, let's sit down and have a cup of coffee, or please sit down for the exam. Now, seat is a verb and a noun. We can say, please find a seat. And our final one for our lesson today is hear and listen. Now, both these words are verbs. Let's start with hear. To hear means to sense a sound with your ears. I can hear cars on the road, or I think I can hear a baby crying. Whereas listen means to give attention to sound. Example, I am going to listen to an English lesson. The main difference between these two words is to hear means for a sound to enter your ears without us necessarily trying to notice the sound. Like I heard a noise during the night. This means I didn't necessarily seek out the sound, but the noise entered my ear. Whereas listen means to pay special attention to what you are hearing. Listening is something you make an effort to do. Okay guys, that is it for our lesson today. Today we learned about commonly confused verbs, what they actually mean, and how to use them in a sentence. If you enjoyed this video, then please don't forget to hit that like button. And if you are not yet a subscriber, then please hit the subscribe button and turn on your notifications so that you don't miss out on any new English lessons. Please follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Telegram for more exclusive English learning content, and be sure to check out my website luenglish.com, where you will also find a collection of free ebooks and guides to help you on your English learning journey. Thank you for your time, and this is Ashley Hale with Level Up English signing out. See you next time.